The New York Giants clutched out a big win over the Cincinnati Bengals this week, but during this big win, the Giants suffered a big loss. Daniel Jones went down with a hamstring injury in the third quarter and could not return to the game. This was a big loss for the Giants as Daniel Jones was having a phenomenal game before this injury. According to Pro Football Focus, Jones had the 8th best quarterback performance in the NFL in Week 12 with a 78.8 overall PFF grade. Jones looked like his best self in Cincinnati before his injury. He was hitting on his deep balls, had great accuracy downfield, and looked really calm and confident in the pocket. Let's break down the film and see what made his performance so great. The Giants struck early in this game thanks to a big deep ball from Daniel Jones to set up a goal line rushing touchdown by Wayne Gallman. On the 5th play of the game, the Giants dialed up a deep shot to get the offense in scoring position. Daniel Jones delivered a perfect pass right down the right sideline to tight end Evan Engram for a 53-yard completion. Let's take a look at this play and how it happened. The Cincinnati Bengals are in cover 1 man here on 3rd and 2. It is a 5-man pass rush with a single high safety, Jesse Bates, roaming over the middle of the field. One of the 2 inside linebackers standing in the A-gaps is going to blitz while the other drops back into a shallow zone. This leaves one-on-one matchups on the outside. Watch closely how Daniel Jones audibles pre-snap. He conducts this entire play. He changes the protection, placing Dion Lewis in front of him as an extra blocker to pick up the blitz. The routes on this play open up the one-on-one to Evan Engram. The only threat on this play is Jesse Bates in the middle of the field. He is taken out of the play though by Darius Slayton's route. Slayton runs this route right at Bates, keeping him in the middle of the field. Evan Engram then uses a perfect outside release to torch the defender, and Daniel Jones lays out a perfect touch pass to hit his athletic tight end right in stride for a huge gain. Looking at this play from the other camera angle allows you to have an even greater appreciation for what Daniel Jones did here. He knew all along that he wanted to hit Engram deep with single coverage on the outside, but as the play begins, Jones stares down Slayton to draw Jesse Bates over there and keep him from rotating towards Engram down the right sideline. Once Jones sees Bates pulling towards Slayton, he turns and fires, knowing he has Engram in a one-on-one matchup that he will win 90% of the time. The Giants have ran plays just like this on multiple occasions this season. Here are 2 other times they ran a similar play against a similar coverage to set up Evan Engram deep. We all remember this heartbreaking drop by Engram against Philadelphia. This play was very similar to the one the Giants connected on against Cincinnati. Again, attacking a single high safety look. The Giants run a levels concept on the right side of the field that draws the safeties to the middle of the field. This manipulates the cover 1 and leaves Engram in one-on-one coverage. He again burns the defender with a perfect outside release. Jones lays a perfect pass out there for him, but he drops it. Same plays, different results. Again, in Week 8 against Tampa Bay, the Giants set up Engram on a deep shot against a single high safety. Against cover 1 again, the Giants scheme up a play that holds the safety in the middle of the field while Evan Engram gets open on the sideline. Another dime by Danny and a 30-yard gain for the Giants. These downfield passes to Engram on the outside have been a staple in the Giants' playbook this season. Jones and Engram have great chemistry when throwing downfield. Daniel Jones loves to exploit single coverage against single high safety looks, and he took advantage of those coverages against Cincinnati. The next big throw from Jones in this game was not as successful as the last one that we just looked at. This deep bomb ended up being incomplete as Darius Slayton was not able to haul in this pass by Jones in the second quarter. Daniel Jones launches this ball from about the 20-yard line, and it lands around the other 20-yard line. This pass traveled nearly 60 air yards. This throw should answer any lingering questions that doubters had about Daniel Jones' arm strength. As incredible as this throw was, it felt incomplete. This ball was probably just a tad overthrown, but it did look like Slayton had a chance to catch it, but dropped it. Jones was on his A-game in this one, but maybe Slayton wasn't. He finished the game with 0 receptions. On this play, the Giants ran a play-action shot play out of a single back formation. The outside receivers were once again in single coverage, so all they had to do was separate on their double moves. Jones was bombing this ball no matter what. He laid it out there and showed off really impressive arm strength, but the more impressive part of this play, in my opinion, is his pocket presence. Pocket presence/awareness has been by far the biggest weakness in Daniel Jones' game throughout his young career, but he has made serious improvements in that category over recent weeks. Notice how Jones senses the pressure coming from his blind side here. Andrew Thomas pushes the edge rusher past the pocket. Jones feels this and steps up into the clean part of the pocket to give himself a clean platform to throw from. It is encouraging to see how Daniel Jones feels this pressure. It shows up again later in this game. The next key play we can evaluate from Daniel Jones' performance is this 3rd and 9 completion to Sterling Shepard. This was just a few plays after the incompletion to Slayton. Here, the Bengals are lined up in a cover 2 shell. They have 2 deep safeties. But as the play begins, the Bengals rotate into a cover 3 zone. Watch as the free safety rotates to the middle of the field. The Giants have 3 routes being run on this play, all of which are designed to go about 10 yards, just enough to get the first down on 3rd and 9. The deep in route would attack the cover 2 zone, but since this is a cover 3, that route is kind of taken away, forcing Jones to look outside. Sterling Shepard runs a good route and has plenty of separation from the cornerback. Daniel Jones sees this cushion and begins to throw this ball before Shepard even breaks outside. This is a perfectly timed throw on a timing route. Jones throws this pass with anticipation and accuracy to pick up a first down on 3rd and long. On the other camera angle, notice how Jones reads the free safety. He sees the safety rotate to the middle of the field, indicating a cover 1 or cover 3 coverage. This means single coverage outside on Sterling Shepard, who is an excellent route runner. Jones knows he has a first down here. This next key play is very similar to the last one. Once again, it is 3rd and long and Daniel Jones makes a play to convert. This time it is 3rd and 7. The Giants once again run a bunch of routes designed to go just to the line to gain. The Giants have a few hook routes and an in route breaking right at the sticks. Golden Tate, working from the slot, runs a route a bit deeper. As this play begins, it appears that Darius Slayton is open on his in route, but there is pressure moving into Daniel Jones' face, and he is unable to get a passing lane to Slayton. Jones feels this pressure and slides into a clean pocket, delivering a nice, high-velocity throw to the sideline. Daniel Jones' pocket presence has been a huge problem since last season. This play shows serious progression from Jones. He feels the pressure, keeps 2 hands on the ball, and slides through the pocket to avoid the pressure. Jones showed nice patience and vision in the pocket here and delivered a perfect pass to Golden Tate on the sideline, picking up a clutch first down. The last play I have to break down is another deep dime from Danny to Evan Engram. Once again, the Bengals have a single high safety look. As we've seen, Jones loves to attack these coverages and take shots downfield against them. Before the play begins, Dion Lewis lines up at outside wide receiver. He moves in motion into the backfield. As he does this, a defensive back follows him, revealing to Daniel Jones that the Bengals are in man coverage. This means that Cincinnati is in a cover 1 man coverage and there is single coverage on the outside. Once again, Evan Engram has a favorable one-on-one matchup going vertical. The Giants once again run a route combination to manipulate the single high safety Jesse Bates. Golden Tate, Darius Slayton, and Sterling Shepard are lined up in a bunch on the right side of the formation. Slayton and Tate run routes that attack the middle of the field, holding Jesse Bates there and opening up a one-on-one with no safety help for Evan Engram. Evan Engram again uses a beautiful outside release to get a step on the defensive back and get open down the sideline. The coverage is a bit better this time than it was on the 53-yard reception though, so Daniel Jones needs to lay out a perfect pass to give Evan Engram a chance here. Jones does exactly that. This throw is spectacular. Pinpoint accuracy downfield by Daniel Jones on this play. He put this ball where only Engram can get it. This also fits another theme we have seen from Jones all year. He loves to throw 50-50 balls against single coverage when the defender's back is to the football. From the other camera angle, we can get a real appreciation for the post-snap manipulation that Jones does here. As the ball is snapped, Jones looks to Engram, taking note of the single coverage and seeing that Evan Engram has won his matchup. The safety, Bates, is reading the receiver's routes and reading Jones's eyes. He starts to rotate left, but Jones looks off Engram's route and works to the middle of the field. Bates rotates back to the middle of the field to cover Tate and Slayton. As soon as Daniel Jones sees Bates' body start to move towards the middle, he turns and fires to the left sideline, knowing he has single coverage on the outside with Evan Engram going deep. Now all he has to do is deliver a Danny dime, and he does it. Daniel Jones was on pace to have one of his best games of his career against Cincinnati. Hopefully he's able to get healthy soon and return for this final stretch towards the playoffs. One main thing we saw from Daniel Jones in this game was tremendous deep ball accuracy. Jones has actually been one of the best deep ball throwers in the NFL this season, and the stats back it up. If you want to see me do a breakdown video on Daniel Jones' deep balls this season, let me know in the comment section down below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this breakdown video, and stay tuned for more breakdowns and New York Giants content. Thank you for tuning in once again to Fireside Giants. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, and go Giants!